Why is it considered rude to speak another language other than English in the US? As a Korean speaker, I would say it depends on what area you are in. Some places you get stared. Some places you will get confronted. And some areas people will just mind their own business. I live in a country that is not English speaking. I've had people scream at me multiple times to only speak their country's language. Not my own, even if I'm just talking to my friends or family in English. They're almost always old. Racists. It's not just an English country problem but an asshole human problem. I lived in Chile for a few years and random strangers would chew me out every time I spoke to my American friends in English in public all the time. I think that people generally don't like not understanding what you're saying. You could be talking about them. So I would imagine it's not strictly an American thing. As a monolingual English-speaking American, it's not rude unless you're insulting someone or gossiping about someone right in front of them in a language that they don't speak, or excluding someone from a conversation that they are involved in by speaking a different language. When you also speak theirs. This is Murica. Speak English. Bullshit is just dipshits being probably racist. Dipshits. It's not rude. Speak whatever language you want. If people have issues, it is their problem, not yours. It's not. People that demand only English being spoken are entitled assholes. You have that backwards. The nosy racist people who get onto people for speaking other languages are the rude ones who need to quit their bullshit. It's not that it's rude to speak another language. It can be rude to speak a language with the intent to exclude someone. For example, if someone is talking to a couple of people, and those people start speaking a different language to one another, the excluded person is going to feel left out and assume something is being said that the other people don't want them to hear. I would do deliveries to people's homes and they'd start talking to each other in another language. And I'd just assume they were talking about me. They probably weren't. But that's the feeling it brings on. That said, the situation you're describing specifically is just racism. Spanish is the second most common language in the US, with some 41 million speakers. Just because they're too stupid to know another language doesn't mean you have to not speak it. I'm sorry for the bullshit racism you have to deal with. Edit, I only speak English. Can we stop talking about how I called people who only speak one language stupid? Completely not the point. Racism. I know it's been said, but I want to emphasize. This is not considered rude in the US in general. Those people are a vocal minority of dirtbags and most of us are ashamed of them. It's a good metric for immediately identifying garbage racists. Though, sorry this happened to you. It honestly happens in a lot of countries. But it's the same everywhere because some people are just assholes. I live in Spain and on more than one occasion people have asked me to speak Spanish even when I am having a private conversation with a friend at a bar. You've encountered assholes. Just that. Assholes. Every country has their own type of asshole. In the US, assholes often take the stance of objecting to other languages being spoken in public. I can't explain the mentality. Not being an asshole myself. But they do exist. But just to let you know you're not alone. I speak a few obscure African languages that I learned when I served there. When I meet someone speaking the language, of course I strike up a conversation. It's always a little fun when an African visitor, Nate Spanta, gets surprised when a random white dude can chat with them in their native language. But every now and then, rarely but it happens, some asshole is around to yell at me for speaking NER language. I usually switch back to English and tell them to mind their own business. It's not considered rude by anybody except racists. This used to happen a lot in my previous job. Another Spanish speaker was hired and we started merrily speaking every so often. One of the directors didn't like it and started scolding us every time we did. We kinda just ignored her every time. It started as being annoying, but then it was just comical. I recommend you simply ignore this type of behavior and move on. Don't even bother acknowledging them. Although this will aggravate them more. This only happens when people are monolingual. I have never seen this type of behavior from bilingual polyglots. Al thought I could be wrong. I can conceive of the following. If I didn't know any other language but one, and people all around me started talking in different languages, I couldn't avoid feeling excluded. I couldn't stop not making it about myself. Of course it has nothing to do with me, but it'd be hard not to feel that way. I guess telling people to speak English is a knee-jerk reaction to thwart feeling excluded. It's rude when you're with a group of people, speaking English, and decide to switch to another language that not everyone present understands. You're excluding them for no reason. Otherwise, go nuts. This is funny to me. It isn't just here. Many countries are like this. Not everyone in France is cool with Italians, and when they hear Italian being spoken, some get annoyed. The notion that xenophobia, jingoism, or bigotry is unique to the USA is one of the most laughable presentations in modern day. Go to Korea and try the experiment as a Japanese person speaking Japanese. It's not considered rude by any morally intelligent person. What's actually rude is demanding that other people speak English when it's none of their business. So, it's actually the people demanding that you speak English who are being rude. Not you. Edit. Also, feel free to tell them it's a free country with free speech, so you'll speak how you like. It's not rude. Some people are just racist and they're afraid of hearing a language they don't speak because they could be trying to kill me. You do you. If someone threatens to call the police, let them. It's not illegal to speak any language in the United States. Only by xenophobes. America's greatness lies in its background of being a melting pot of different nationalities and cultures. Generally racism, I'd say.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.